Hello everyone, and welcome to week 4 of the VDL, where we're playing Amber and their team, the Vancouver Titangs. I'm getting that right? It is the Vancouver Titangs. Yes, of course, the Vancouver Titangs. Watched Amber's content for a long time, so this is kind of a surreal experience to get to play them for the first time ever. They've got a very strong team. That's going to be tough to break down, but yeah, let's get right into it. First of all, Amber has the Sylveon, the Ursaring, which, by the way, 4 points was an absolute steal. One of their really two very strong Violet mons. They have Rhyperior, Toxtricity, which we know can be very scary, Chestnut, Terra Scyther, which is another 4-point Violet mon that should not have been allowed to Terra for 4 points. I think is a monster in prep. Espathra is speed boost banned, luckily, because I think it would be a monster if it wasn't. Politoed, Goodra, and finally Terra Houndoom. Pretty nice secondary Terra Captain, can do a few things. Is a little bit scary. I'm more scared of Scyther, but yeah, still terrifying Pokemon. But let's get into the team we're bringing. First off, we have Tigra, the choice Banded Bostiff, running Crunch, Play Rough, Double Edge, and Trailblaze with that stakeout ability. Crunch is super strong into this team. Like, the only things that are resisting the Crunch on this squad are Houndoom, Chestnut, and Sylveon. And we have Play Rough to be able to neutrally hit all three. They take so much damage. I don't think Sylveon, I think I calculate Sylveon does not take a banded Play Rough, stakeout Play Rough into another Play Rough. So even if it's like Max Fizz Dev, which is kind of crazy. Double Edge is really nice, just as a huge damage stealing option. Like, there is no Ghost type on this team. So being able to just click a Double Edge, if it's not Rhyperior, that thing, whatever's coming in is taking a million %. Like, it's ridiculous. And finally we have Trailblaze for that Rhyperior, just to have that 4x super effective move, but also gives us a bit more damage into something like the Politoed. Next up, we have, I believe, the debut of Snarf the Gligar running the Eviolite. We have Earthquake, Toxic, U-Turn, and Stealth Rock. Once again, the only toxic immunities on this team are Toxtricity, because there's no Steel type on the team naturally. It could be like a Terra Steel either. So yeah, that's Toxtricity is the only thing that cannot be toxic. But that thing is 4 times weak to Earthquake if it's not running an Air Balloon. So yeah, that thing does not want to be toxic. We could potentially like toxic like a Guts Ursaring if that's Flame Orb. Toxic is slightly better for us than the Flame Orb, just adds damage over time. But getting Toxic on something like a Wishing Sylveon or a Super Fizz Def Chestnut or something like that is always really nice. Or even Goodra, the thing's not running. Does it get hydration? I'm pretty sure it does get hydration. Then we have U-Turn, just to, like, for example, pivot, also break potential Air Balloon on the Toxicity, and Stealth Rocks are also really nice because the only removal on this team is that Scyther, which I feel like wants to be more of an offensive piece. At least that's what I've been seeing Amber use it as, so I don't think it's going to run Defog this week. And if we get Rocks up, they are up permanently, which is really nice. Next up, we have our Colberberry, Hisuian Typhlosion running Flamethrower, Shadow Ball, Focus Blast, and Calm Mind with Frisk. This is also a really nice mon into this team. Fire moves in general, just really nice. Outside of like Rhyperior and Politoed. I don't know if Politoed comes. It could be Flash Fire. It could be like a Houndoom set to counter. That's why we are running the Focus Blast, also, which gives us really nice damage into Rhyperior and Ursaring. And if we Calm Mind, we're faster than a lot of this team because this isn't the fastest team in the world. I think the only things that are really outpacing us are the Espathra and the Scyther, which both, well, Espathra doesn't want to be in front of us, and depending on the Scyther Terra, it might not want to be in front of us either. Next up, we have our Terra Ground Electrode this week. Chitara running the Life Orb with that modest set. We have Thunderbolt, Terra Blast, Thunder Wave, Volt Switch. Initially, I wanted it to be Ice going into this matchup. I think Ground is really nice. It gives us the same damage into Rhyperior. While also giving us nice damage to stuff like Houndoom. But the main reason we're in Ground is because we are Soundproof this week. And Soundproof means that Toxtricity, we're immune to its electric moves, we're immune to all of its sound moves like Boom Burst and Snarl. Overdrive, even though we're already a normal type. And also, we also resist the poison moves coming from it. So this is basically just like a super, like, check to the Toxicity of that thing getting out of hand. Unless it's like physical shift gear drain punch, then we might struggle. So next up we have our Air Balloon Tentacruel. This just allows us to swap in on the Rhyperior. And we have Poison Jab, Mud Shot, Haze, and Flip Turn. Mud Shot gives us 4 times super effect damage and that Toxicity, which is very scary. Haze can allow us to stop like a Toxicity with like shift gear in our face, or if like a Chestnut is iron defensing, or like a Ursaring is like body like swords dancing. Or like a Sylveon is Calm Minding, all those things we can just shut them down, and then we can Flip Turn. Liquid Ooze is there for draining his Sylveon. mainly. And then I was considering Surf on this, but I do think Poison Jab is a little bit better just to give us a bit more damage into like a specially defensive Calm Mind. Sylveon, which is important, and also gives us some damage way to like damage Chestnut because we really couldn't with Surf. But yeah, and then finally we have our Citrus Berry Florges. This is an interesting set. We're actually decently fast on this. Moonblast, Psychic, Calm Mind, Synthesis. We're offensive actually. We want to Calm Mind and Synth. The Citrus Berry allows us to always be able to take on the Scyther. We can because that thing will probably be Technician Dual Wing Beat. The first Dual Wing Beat hits, activates the Citrus Berry. We always live. They might not expect that, and then we get a huge KO with Moonblast because Moonblast is very, very spammable into this team. Obviously, only resist once again Toxtricity. A lot of burden on that Toxtricity potentially defensively, and we have Psychic, so we hit it super effectively. So yeah, this is a very scary Florges set, I think, into this team. So yeah, that is the team for week 4, and I'll see you lot all in the battle. Hello everyone, and welcome to week 4 of the VDL. We're playing Amber, Gravy. Very player I've watched a lot, so I'm very excited for this one. Great opportunity for us to play her. She has got a Terra Ghost Scyther. Let's see what else she's brought. So she does have the Rhyperior, does have the Tox, does have the Scyther, does have the Goodra, does have the Espathra, and the Chestnut. Okay, very interesting. No Houndoom, no Politoed, no Sylveon, and no Ursaring. Okay, Ursaring, Sylveon are nice, because those things are scary. I do think I just want to lead off with my Electrode still. I think the Gligar lead is a bit obvious. If you want to like counter lead Gligar, you probably lead like Goodra. Maybe Rhyperior is also anti-lead to Gligar. There's no Politoed. Do I just lead Gligar? No, I'm going to stick to the plan. We're going to lead Electrode, and if it's the wrong decision, it's the wrong decision. Terra Ghost is really interesting to me. It means that there is absolutely zero resist to my Mabostiff Banded Stakeout Crunch. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting game. I mean, oh, there's Chestnut. I lied, there's Chestnut. That thing does not like a player off though. Toxtricity doesn't like player offs either. The thing's, if it's not bulky, it's like 60 to 70% still on the swap. It's kind of ridiculous. Rhyperior is hair though. Oof, let's focus up. What is the lead of choice? It's odds. So it is Scyther. Okay. Do I want to get my Terra up? I do want to get it up for Tox. So I don't mind just clicking Volt Switch right now, do I? Is the Scyther lead? So we could have just led Gligar. There's no Ursaring, which means this is most probably Assault Vest. If he doesn't Terrasalize and he's no bulk, it's like 70 to 80. I'm just going to click a Volt Switcher. Let's see what they do. I'm thinking about it. They do Terrasalize into a Ghost. I do believe it's still around 30 to 40 to no bulky Violet Scyther. I mean, this could very easily be Scarfed and then it does a lot of damage to me. Shouldn't outright kill me with anything though, if it is Scarfed. He does choose to stay in. I'm assuming he Terrasalizes. We do Terra first. I mean, she Terrasalizes. I apologize. I'm just like subconsciously doing that. No offense. Meant. Is the Terra from the Scyther? Interesting. So if this is a Violet-ish and there's no bulk, should do about 35 to 40. But it's nice just having our Terra Ground up for Tox later in the game. And that looks like actually a bit of bulk there to me. Ghost. I do think we can just go Gligar then. Come out, Snarf. And his Terra Blast Ghost, okay. Which doesn't do much.
do kind of just want to... Do I get my rocks up, or do I want to go for a... This is the only default guy. I do want to calc damage, actually. 25 plus 50... 58 from the Terra Blast Ghost. $58 from a Terra Blast Ghost. Does look like just standard max attack. How valuable are my rocks here? I think I actually value the Toxic more. Could just be a U-turn. Let's see what the decision is. Ooh, not bad first turn. Swords Dance is the answer. Okay. And we're going to connect the Toxic. Very nice. Now +2. The Dawing Beat does 49 to 58. You are hurt by a poisoning. I am just going to U-turn out of here. You are just going to go for a Dawing Beat. Okay. That's fine. This is what Gligar's here for. U-turn chip plus the Toxic should be about 50%. I'm going Electrode. I don't think we quite pick up the KO here. We can just Volt Switch again. And that should potentially put it in range of its of the Toxic, 18%. You are sitting at just under 50. Maybe we could have gone for a Thunderbolt there. It's very close. Thunderbolt is 43 to 51.2. But I don't think that's a risk I want to take at this point, especially because I do think we saw earlier that he does have some bulk on this. So, yeah, we can just go back into Gligar here. Like, Rhyperior is such a risk, because if I do Terra Blast, then you're in trouble. But it would be a very peculiar play for me to Terra Blast, I think, because it's doing less than Thunderbolt, and it's probably never KOing. Yeah, he does. They do just stay in. She just does stay in, and that is in range of Toxic, so we can just go into Gligar, suck that off. That's fine. Getting rid of Scyther is huge, because that is the way to blow up my Florges, so I am just gonna sack this off. This should be a Dawing Beat. It's a U-turn. Okay, so we're actually gonna hang on. So there's a threat still, but not being Terra Flying makes it a lot less of a threat, because it does take Toxic, and it is a little bit of a annoyance. It's an annoyance, let's put it that way. But it being Toxic means that it can't, like, Swords Dance reliably without getting KO'd, so, yeah. We have Gligar as a sack, potentially, if we keep it around. And Electrode should be able to revenge it. I don't know if he's Quick Attack. He showed us U-turn. He is Swords Dance U-turn, very interesting, didn't expect that. He showed us the full set, right? Dawing Beat, the Terra Blast Ghost, and the U-turn, and the Swords Dance. Okay, Esper mode is Espathra. We know this can't be Speed Boost. I kind of just want to click a Toxic on this. How much am I doing with a U-turn to Espathra? I'm a little bit scared of Weakness Policy is my current predicament. From my Gligar, a U-turn does 21 to the Espathra, depending on... That's like max bulk, though. If we're looking at a more offensive, like max HP one, it's a bit different. We've got 16 seconds. That's looking about 30%. I am just going to U-turn out. Oh, there's the D-Gleam. Okay, and down we go. That's fine. In comes my ball. That could be Specs then, if it is D-Gleam. No Speed Boost. Could go Typhlosion. There's a good chance to KO. We could see the item, which I think is valuable. I will do that. Liger, you have served your purpose. You are Colberberry. Okay, that is crucial information. Do you have a Shadow Ball answer? You did not bring your Ursaring, so I am Shadow Balling. You do withdraw into who? Is this the Zeathus? Could very well be Zeathus here. Hans Grudra. That sounds like a Gudra to me. Yeah, it took a decent chunk there. No Espathra drop, I'm pretty sure, right? Yep. Is about exactly 20 from the Shadow Ball. So, I think max HP, potentially, is what I'm thinking. Kind of looks a little bit more than max HP, maybe like max HP, 8 Espathra. I do think we can go into our Florges nicely here, though. Scyther is around to revenge, though, which is annoying. The other option is to go here, or several other things. We're just going to go Florges. What just happened? I'm not sure, but whatever it was. Didn't pop up. We didn't see lefties either, so maybe it's the Solvest. It is Earthquake. Okay, that's fine. Oh, that's a lot of damage. 130. 119, actually, from an Earthquake. Potentially Jolly. Offensive invested, okay. Yeah, that's like a roll from like max attack at Gudra, okay. If you're just max HP, we do a decent chunk. Kinda wanna calm mind, but I'm just gonna Moonblast. There is the withdrawal into who? Punk goes Gunk, so it is Tox. No special attack drop. It's fine. Gonna look at that Toxtricity just to see how much bulk there is. I'm assuming like 56 per def. Or like 56 HP. This one would kill me. Took about 25 exactly, so it does look like it's a bit bulky. I'm gonna... Psychic isn't a guaranteed kill, so I'm not gonna go for it. I'm just gonna go into my Electrode. Because that seems like the smart play to make at this point. Terra Ground is pretty free because there is no flying on Scyther. Is the withdrawal? Okay, good play. Into who? Into Rhyperia? Hello. Is Rhyperia. Okay. Good decision. We have an air balloon for this. They take off Surf, which is a little bit saddening. If Rhyperia is offensive, it definitely kills us from here, I'm pretty sure. It's 67 to 80, actually. Which would be close. Would be close. It would kill me after the... It never kills me if it's... I don't know. It will probably kill me. My Terra Blast does 57 to 67 to max HP. I do think I'm going to take the damage here. Because this thing is a little bit tough for me to break. So I'm going to click it. Okay, that looks like a Assault Vest, or like max per def. It's just an Earthquake, okay. That one I don't think was wise. Should have swapped to Tentacruel then. We don't have the greatest answers into this. I thought I had Surf. Change it for Poison Jab last second. Regretting that a lot, actually. Or even having Liquidation would be great. Gonna make the boss stiff play. And go for a Trailblaze here. I do think you are Assault Vest with a lot of bulk. We should make this a very thin roll. I'm gonna Trailblazer. You do withdraw, okay. We're gonna get a stakeout Trailblazer. John Hazard. Interesting. Are you probably a helmet then? I don't see helmet yet. Is it gonna... No helmet. Okay. I think I can pretty safely go into my Tentacruel now. That Rhyperior is a threat. That needs to be dealt with. We float in the air with our air balloon. And his body press. Okay. Could go for a poison jab here. Or a mud shot. I don't hate a mud shot, you know. Just gonna go for a poison jab. I should have mud shotted. I've lost both my ground types. What am I doing? Punk goes gunk, yeah. 100% should have mud shotted. I've yet to see an item from you. Like, the volt switch of your scarf is so free, though. I'm gonna mud shot, though. Even if you're not scarf, you probably... Oh, I'm faster. Okay, we're gonna mud shot you. Is the volt switch. Probably kills. It doesn't. Okay. A lot of damage is Life Orb. Okay, good information. I wish I'd done that first, because then I could have flip turned. I know you're Colbert Berry. I'm just gonna flip. Use Psyshock, okay. I know what you are. You crit me. Okay, that's fine. I do think this is looking like a very scary Scyther endgame. Might need to win with Florges. I'm just gonna go Typhlosion once again for risk this berry. I know what you are. I'm gonna Shadow Ball. There is another swap. Into Gudra again, I assume. Hans Grudra. We do get a Spit F drop, which is very nice. I'm gonna make my... I'm gonna make Florges. Getting our Citrus Berry is nice. This is looking like a very scary endgame. Is life do? Okay. Now that I know you're slow, I can pretty safely Calm Mind her. You're life do, so you could be toxic, which is scary. Which is why you're swapping so much. You do a swap again. Okay. Is it into Scyther? Punk goes gunk. Okay. I'll take this Calm Mind. I know I'm faster, and now I'm going to click a Moonblast. I don't have to reveal my Psychic. Let me just Moonblast. Being +1 is very nice. I need damage on this Rhyperior. It's Arts and Crafts a Scyther here. Can Arts and Crafts KO me? That's the question. Its Dawing Beat is 53 to 63 point. That's an Abomasnow. Why do I have an Abomasnow out? So Florges, you do 68 to 80.6. How much am I at right now? 223. 63, so I will be about... So I essentially have 88%, so I should always kill. Then you revenge me with Scyther. I mean, Espathra, that's fine. I'm gonna Moonblast it. There's a Dueling Beat. Another big hit. Down goes Scyther. 2 big KOs for Florges, but we do see Espathra come in here, and I do believe it revenges us. Depending on its build. There is a very quick Espathra swap. We could Synth. You're not stored power, you're probably Psychic. You could be Lumina Crash. That is a shout. Psychic just 24.1 to 28.9 to my Florges set if I'm at +1. That is going to be reduced down to 16.4, which means you never kill. And I could Synth. I'm going to Synth. Your Psy... I forget your Psy Shark. Yeah, that's good. Good play. On the bright side, we can go into this, or we can do into this. You're still Culberberry. And I'm still Shadow Balling you. I do think this is going to end up as a loss, though. It's going to take a lot from a boss to win. It's going to need to get knocked off. Yeah, you do just Ice Shock. That's a smart play. Depending on your bulk, this is a roll. I do get the roll. Which is very lucky for me. What is the answer? Things are chipped. It is probably Gudra, though, basically, because you took the damage that you needed. Is Rhyperia. I know you are very Spadef. I could make the double to my boss stiff, or I go for a Focus Blast damage hit. One of the two. Locking into play rough last move is actually kind of good, though, so I kind of want to take my Focus Blast damage. I'm gonna Focus Blast and try and get a KO here. We do take the Focus Blast damage, beautiful. Ah, and it's not quite gonna KO, that's fine. And there is the Earthquake, okay. If we had Calm Minded first into Espathra, there was like there was a roll that potentially we live, but it was a very, very close roll, and I was not willing to risk that. We can now lock into Banded Player off, though. There's John Hazard, who I believe wins now with Body Press. Unless there's a crit. Can we get into the attack dog? Doesn't matter. And I assume Body Press one shots. It doesn't. I think this is going to be a 1-0 still, though, because I don't think Gudra dies. I do not believe Gudra dies, but we will check. Well, Bossif's a strong boy, maybe. And we missed the play rough. And they actually had a really good chance to kill, so That is actually really unfortunate. If he's just max HP, I think that always killed. She's just max HP. Oh, that's so sad. That is so sad. That is actually really, really sad. I'm looking at my chestnut bulk. Did I, like, miss a roll there to die? That, like, made it really, like, close. I did, like, I think. How much HP do I have? Maybe you're not max first though, but it looked like I always died to that. Like, I'm not sure. But yeah, GG's to Amber. Played well. I threw away a few things when I shouldn't have, especially the Electrode. Shouldn't have thrown it away there in front of the Rhyperia. I should have always gone Tentacruel there, gone for my flip turn damage. I was just very scared of a weakness policy, to be fair, and I thought I had Surf. So, yeah, GG's to Amber. Yeah, I'll see you all next week for week 5. Bye-bye.